One thing that I've never fixed but wanted to is that there's no way on mobile to navigate forward and backward. You can pan around, but you can't move around. And here's a joystick that maybe if we just lift this code and place it on the full screen UI, maybe we'll have this style of controller, which allows you to move forward and backward. So we can examine this code and see what it does. It looks like it creates a scene. Nothing new there. It creates a advanced dynamic texture full screen. Okay, we already have one of those. There are some variables. X and Y add position, X and Y add rotation. Okay, side of joystick offset, bottom of joystick offset, translate transform. Okay, make left thumb container. It has a height of 20, width of 200. 200 is pointer blocker, true. Horizontal alignment aligns left and toward the bottom. Alpha, left, and then it has some offset. Okay, all right, let's try this. Okay, clean working tree. Where do we put it? Let's put it in the menu manager, because the menu manager, I believe, creates our full screen GUI. And is there a way, if we know we're on mobile, import is mobile from utils, utils is mobile, iPhone, iPad. Okay, so it looks like there's a useful utility called isMobile that we've already snatched from somewhere. Let's go back to menu manager, and when do we create the full screen? Full screen GUI equals here, create full screen GUI. When is create full screen GUI, full screen UI asked for? This when we're exiting the VR, all right, and when the client is ready. Great. Okay, so this sets the full screen GUI to this. So maybe we want the joystick on top of this. No, it's actually going to be part of the full screen GUI. The full screen GUI. Alright, here it created the texture, and in here, let me create joystick. I'll just maybe lift some of these things. Sure, we'll grab these. And they're not being used yet. Then make thumb area is a make thumb area undefined something. So if we try to paste this in, it might say make thumb area is not defined. Okay, make thumb area. Make thumb area. What's that? Here's a function, and it returns a kind of rectangle. So copy that. And we'll just define this function. Alright, we'll define it here. And this is not okay with it. Maybe we need to define this before it. I will refactor this in a moment. Make thumb area. Expected 5 arguments, got 4. GUI. Oh, we just need to call it GUI, not Babylon GUI. So this will just be GUI ellipse. That's a thumb area and curves declared but never read. So let's remove that. And these will just be GUI and GUI. Okay, so does this make anything? Let's look inside. If we were to refresh our screen, let's close this window, keep that open, and go to localhost. Enter there. Where is our joystick? I see no joystick yet. Okay, that makes sense. We've done this, but it's not added to anything yet. Okay, close this. We've made a thumb area. And we called it left thumb container. So at some point we need to add the control to the ADT, as they call it. Advanced Dynamic Texture. So we made a thumb area, left thumb container, okay, add control, left thumb container. Let's do that, copy that. So our ADT is called this full screen GUI. So if we do that, do we see anything at all? Still nothing. Okay, still nothing. And do still work. Fine. But I don't see anything yet. Left thumb container has all this stuff. It doesn't actually have any visuals. Oh wait, it says make thumb area. Make thumb area, which is here, created up here, creates an ellipse. Okay, so it does have something. And it has a name that you gave it, thickness, color, background padding, and then it returns itself. So this is some kind of GUI ellipse. And then it's given more height, blocker. Oh, okay. The full screen GUI should take up the whole screen. Where's our menu though? Oh, because when we do render, what does render do? If there's a full screen GUI, the root container is disposed, so we can't do it here. We need to do it inside render. Okay. Because that effectively clears the whole thing. So anything we made here, let's make joystick. Alright, and then if this is the thing, dispose of that and then add control for this. But then also do this make joystick, which should make something on the screen now. Fingers crossed. Let's go. But, yay, we got a little circle there. That's amazing. Cool. Now, left thumb container. So that's the left thumb. So that looks like this thing. It's called the left thumb container. Left inner thumb container might be this thing. Let's see. So we'll grab that and paste that here. Left inner thumb container. Save that away. What do we get for that? Okay, don't see it. Oh, of course it's not added. Left inner container also needs to be added. Left. So let's search left. Here it is. It's added as a control to the left thumb container, like so. Now what do we see? Okay, so that's the inner circle. Then we make another, a third circle, left puck. Alright, we take the left puck. And we add puck as a controller of left thumb container as well. Here's our puck. Get rid of GUI. And left thumb container, add control, left puck. That shouldn't change anything because I think these, oh, maybe it's even smaller circle inside. So let's look again. Oh, this little dot there. Cool. And now what? So we have the puck. Now we add some functionality. So left thumb container, which is the outer one, on pointer observable, pointer down observable, function coordinates. You say the left puck is visible, true. Left puck float left becomes coordinators x, left thumb container, current measure with joystick offset, puck left, float top, so it's positioning it where you're floating it down. Left puck is down is true. What is down? Okay, so there's some functionality when you hold it down, it draws this wherever your mouse is. Or perhaps not yet. Let's do this. Check it out. Okay, copy this. That there. Left puck does not exist on all this business here. So that's interesting. That's something they added. Left puck. So is visible is there. Float left is not there. And they're using version. Well, what version of Playground are we using? Let's see. Package. JSON. Babylon. 5.7. GUI 5.7. And so if we switch this to switch this to, let's see, an older one. Did an older one have left and float left, and it doesn't seem to mind. So maybe I just cannot use this. I think they're just creating a new attribute on it. So there is no property on the type. Why they didn't just assign this directly to it, I don't know. Float top. Okay, so they're adding properties is down. True. Sticking things into the object. Sure, why not? Okay, then how does that look? Cannot read properties of undefined reading can underscore canvas source. Say again. Alright, stop the agent business. Go to the scene manager leader duties. This is getting annoying. Let's just don't do this right now, please. Can't read properties of undefined underscore canvas. What you mean? What you mean? Of course we have a... There is a full screen container. That's how we end up here. It exists. We just removed the root container. We're going to make joystick full screen GUI. Well, it can't be any. It's an advanced dynamic texture. Oh, so let's do this so that the this becomes available. Okay, so now this is a advanced dynamic texture and canvas trickiness. I have to do that. Okay, so dragging doesn't work, but putting the mouse down works. Next, on pointer observable up. Okay, I presume this is just removing the business. Position is down. It's false. Is visible is false. Left container alpha. Okay, so it got darker when you're holding it down. Yeah, the whole thing got darker. Lifting up, dims again. Cool. Super cool. Then, on pointer move observable, left container, pointer if the left puck is down. Then we'll do all this stuff. And I think we'll do this. And here, I'm checking if it is down. And this, full screen GUI, canvas, and float left, and float top. And left is this. To be honest, I don't really know what this is doing. Assume it helps draw this stuff. So now I'm assuming, yeah, you move it around, it's following you, and that's great. So if you move out here, you're getting rotation, and then we can attach some forward momentum on that. How did they do it? Alright, so we added all this. Now, last thing is left puck is visible. You remove the puck. Okay, puck is not visible. Then it was making the right thumb, right puck, right thumb, and okay, we added the left thumb to the controller, camera attached controller. Okay, register before render. translate transform. Okay, okay. And then camera. So on every register before render, you're creating a new transform that is these variables on the outside. Camera rotation, camera direction. Okay, and we'll try it. Register before render this scene, and we'll create this thing, this scene active camera. And this scene active camera direction. Error, undefined active camera. What line? This scene. How about this scene active camera. What kind of camera is this? It's a camera. As Babylon free camera. Let's say let camera equal, and then we'll say let this be camera. Don't seem to be able to go up, right? Up. No, I can go forward. I can't fly. Or can I? Can I look up? Go. No. Okay. So how did this work? I don't. So you have vector 3. Oh, that's why, because this is set to 0. Transform coordinates, and then you've got matrix rotation, which is not changing. Let's see, when you so it seems like you're setting some variables out here. And when you're in your this left container, right container, that makes the components. Okay, on pointer down, you set some values on here. On pointer up, you release some values. Most importantly, I think it's this: add this and that. When you move it, if it's down, you set this to the some distance offset. And I think this is just for drawing where the puck is. So when you move this around, you're setting the left and the top, and the left and top become, or left and top are equal to some Y position and some offset. And then when you release it, it gets unset. So as you calculate this over every frame, the camera rotation, X and Y, are adding to this. Though we didn't really, what happens if you don't do this? Was there any rotation at all? We only did the camera direction, didn't we? So you can go forward and backward to the, okay, it's not going really to the right and back. This is all, yeah, I'm not going to the left. So that's unusual. Okay, rotation. Hold on. If I move this forward, I'm going forward. This is back. Left, right. Refresh. Okay, that was unexpected. I'm going forward. No, now I'm going to the right. Now I'm going to the left. Left and right. Forward in. So this is somewhat confusing to me. Okay. Now, I'm not a super fan of temporary variables. I think there's a better way to do this. We can create the thumb area. This is fine, but it really should be circle. Make circle. Make thumb area is fine. These aren't rectangles though. They are ellipses. And what? I forgot what the VS Code multi-select was. It's fine, I'm almost done. make thumb area, and we can pull this out. That is fine. Alright, right now we're creating a joystick. So let's make the thumb area. So this make thumb area makes the container part. Container left becomes side joystick offset, bottom joystick offset. Okay, let's bring these back and make them const. And side joystick offset, bottom joystick offset. Okay, so this makes the joystick, and it's TypeScript compatible here. Now the left container on pointer down, we want to draw a new puck. So can we do it without this, adding this variable in there? We're going to set the puck to a certain location, and then as you move it, you're going to move it to a new location, isn't that? Left puck is visible, and I like the alpha. I don't think we need to do the is down thing. Left float gets the coordinates. Left thumb container current measure width multiplied by 5, and its side offset. So left, so this just looks like it sets the left to this business. So can we just copy this line, comment it out, and comment this line out? And couldn't we just do puck left becoming this, and then same with this thing here. We'll comment out these two lines, and we'll just say, and then maybe we don't need this one, and then just say left puck top is equal to this calculation, all of that inverted by 1. So it's the GUI canvas height minus coordinates. Now why do we go in that? This FS GUI doesn't have a height. So you're taking this minus the coordinates of y, then the thumbnail current measure height plus some offset. You know what? I'd like to know what the coordinates are. So let's remove this for a moment. Remove this for a moment. and remove this for a moment. And I just want to see what the coordinates down every time I touch. So console.log JSON stringify coordinates. So if I'm in the middle, x and y at the top, over here x and y. Okay, so x is the middle x. The middle x is around 250. The x to the right is around 350 max, and the left is probably 150. Okay. And it's probably the middle y. Okay, y becomes smaller as you go up, becomes larger as you go down. Okay. And I'm guessing it's some proportion of that. Okay. And so you want to find the puck left. These are the coordinates. You want to take the coordinates and you want to take the thumb container. Current measure width multiplied by half, subtract the side joystick. Okay, whatever. It seems to work. Okay, and then on the observer up, if we ignore these for a moment, ignore that, visible is false, and then change the alpha. We can probably do this, and we don't care about the coordinates. This would lead to something like this. Alright, then the tricky business is the drag and drop, which we only need the drag and drop inside the pointer down. So we can register that and then remove the observable. In fact, you only need either observable. What I want to do is I want to use one of those take until things. So we can make an observable, an rxjs observable. I think we did that in the XR manager. Make XR frame observable. So you say new observable, and then you provide a function with a subscriber, and then it has to create your regular observable, and then you say a subscriber next, then you return a way to remove this subscription. So here's the inspiration. Go to the menu manager. So we will create a subscription with the on pointer down. Well, we'll do it with the on pointer up. I think this one is probably fine. This one doesn't need to be removed. I need to give it something. It's called make container observable. Observable. What kind of this returns an observable vector2 with info. Let's say this is any for now. Subscriber, and the subscriber is, you need to give back, and we're doing something like a container and the type of observable. So you have to give us the container, which will be container, and container is a type of GUI dot controller container or something. What is this thing? GUI ellipse. I mean, they're all kind of containers. And then you need the observable name, which is a string. And then you can, this quick fix is rxjs observable. So this becomes the observable name. Dot add. Okay, so this is what? When you're doing, this is a Babylon observable GUI. Okay, so I'll copy this. and I'll assign it let thing equal this as that. Then you can say, okay, Babylon observable. So a Babylon observable. You can do an add, and then that value that you get will become subscriber next value. And then this is the observable. So what was this? If that's not the observable, this is like the I wonder if I can take a type GUI vector to info and then stick type in here. No, it doesn't work. What about this whole thing up here? Nope. Can you put a type in here? Ooh. And then you reach that. Well, does not exist on type T. But if this was as Babylon observable of type vector 2 with info, it works in this context. So you would give the container, and then you would give the observable name, which is like on down. Let's see if it works. Make container observable here. Okay, container pointer down equal this make container observable on left thumb container and on pointer down observable. And then subscribe. So if this is right, then this is coordinates and console.log coordinates. And actually do this. And then don't do this. What do you know? It works. So when a pointer is down, we can then make another observable. Let container pointer up. This make is left thumb container and it is around on pointer up observable. That when this happens, container pointer up, subscribe, and we just listen to the function. What happens here is we'll just do a bit of this. When we're down, we'll do a bit of this out. Do a bit of left puck visible, this stuff. Copy, paste. Left puck visible, left puck top, and then alpha. And then we will comment this out. Okay, puck down works, puck up did not work. Oh wait. Oh, did I put it on the wrong thing? Oh, left thumb container. Okay, the drag and drop does not work. And so you're doing thumb down, and then when the thumb's down, we're listening to up. When the drag is down, you're going to take until thumb up. So here's your let container pointer move equal this, make container observable, again left thumb container, and on pointer move observable. And this one will do container pointer move pipe. And we'll just do take until container pointer up, and then subscribe with our coordinates. So on every pointer down, we're going to subscribe to pointer up. But you're just going to take one. So this pipe will just take one. And it'll unsubscribe itself. And this will take until pointer's up. And while you're dragging, you'll just say console log coordinates dragging. Okay, to make it follow, we'll add some of this following business here. Listen for pointer move until pointer up. And this one is, calculate the business here. So this is actually very similar, right? We want to just move it into the coordinates. No, how is this different? This should be exactly the same. But as you move it, you're going to be doing that. And the puck should be visible, which is already visible because of this. Okay, works perfectly. Yeah, I think it just follows it. And finally, here's where we're gonna send the user forward or backward, or left or right. Now I didn't quite fully understand what this transform business is doing. but we can use this register before render and then only put it in when our thumbstick is down. Okay, so this creates the thumbstick. This registers all the functionality, and we need more functionality here. So this is moving the thumbstick. There's some repetition here, so perhaps we can refactor that into a function. So let me put this here for reference. And first we need to register before render. How do you remove it? Babylon remove register before render. So say before render add. Okay. Oh, on before render. Scene. So it has the keyword on. On. Where am I? On register. On before. Add. Yes. And then. Okay, so we want to do this again. Set, we'll just say any for now, and then the Babylon observable will be scene.regis on before render add. The observable will be add value is subscriber next value. This is the observable. And then when you want to remove it, you just say scene on before render observable, add remove the observable, right? What does this return? It returns the observer of Babylon scene. Okay, anyway. So now I can add and remove that within my make joystick on the pointer down. I will register before render. Let this make sure, and it'll be this scene. Let render observable equals the scene, and then we will pipe take until the container pointer up happens, and then subscribe. I don't think we care what the value is in the subscription, but we are going to create a new transform and then camera add and place the transform. So it looks like let transform translate transform become new Babylon vector 3, this value, that value, and some rotation, transform coordinates. Vector 3 transform coordinates takes a vector, which is we want to end in a transformation, which is a matrix. But if the camera is not rotating, then can you just give it all zeros? I'd like to know where the center is. And I want to calculate the difference between the left and the center to see how far you should go. And then I think we could we're not going to do rotation here. Just add in place. Let me see, camera. Camera direction. Camera direction. What is this? It's a vector 3. Define the current direction the camera is moving to. Okay, so can't you just add x and y? Why do you need transform coordinates? So I'm not sure why we would need that. So let me get a sense of how far we are from the center. So in the beginning, we put this left puck, blah, 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 blah. And if we don't touch anything, what is left and right? So console log left puck, left, and left puck top. That's the thing we modify, right? These two things. So when we create it, what are the values? 0 and 0. And I can't actually see it, so make it visible. Keep it visible. Here it is, totally in the middle. The 0, 0 is the middle. And if you just move that a little bit to the right, let's say left puck left equal, let's say 2. I think it needs to be a float actually. Yeah, it's a little bit more to the right, like 2 pixels or something. Yeah. Okay, so what is 0 constrained? So these become the coordinates. So as you move, you can get left puck. So console log the position here when you move it. So here I'm back at close to 0. I'm up close to 0, but I'm up on negative, and then here negative 85. So you could probably get down to about 100. You can probably get 100, and then left max is negative 100, right max is positive 100. And when you let go, I think you should set the puck to be back to 0, 0. So on pointer up, let's say left puck left equals 0, left puck right equals 0. sorry, top. And so our movement, I think, is a proportion of how far we get. So we might need to scale this and invert it, but let's bring this in. We'll register this until the container pointer is up, and then we're gonna do camera direction add in place. Give me a camera. This will only be allowed on the mobile version, so we don't have to worry about the XR camera. Camera direction add in place a Babylon vector 3 from array, and let's say that it is 0 in the middle, something in the z direction, okay. Oh, I see. Wait. The direction would always be constrained to the XYZ axes if I did it this way. That's why this takes the rotation into consideration and transforms it into forward and backward. So this is X would be, let's say, left puck left, and let this be inversion of left puck top. String is not assignable to a number. Wait, what happened? Left puck top. This is a string or number. This is a string or number as number. Okay, that's a number. And didn't do anything. Register before render. Let's say, let's move the console log in here actually. Cut and paste here. Okay, so how do we camera direction add in place? Oh, wait. Well, this is a pixel. Okay, so we need to convert that into a number. Left puck dot left in pixels, and I just want left offset left, padding left, get local coordinates. What happens if you do as number? As number. No, they came out as strings. Interesting. Okay, fine. They're pixels. Give me a left puck, and let me see what I can get out of it. Dummy vector 2. Okay, so the thing we output was, it's not here. We want left and top, measure for children. Left and top, that's pretty good. Transform position. Left puck underscore dummy vector 2, or no, that doesn't give you the same values as left and top. What about cached parent measure? Current measure. Evaluated measure. I see why they stashed it in there. It's a little bit hard to get back because you put it in the left. It's funny, I don't even see left and top. Top. Where is the function on it? Top in pixels, top. Get value. That'll do. Okay, let y equal, or let forward become this thing. What's up with this? And let side equal left talk left get value. Oh, is that a function? It's just this. Host. Oh, you have to give it the dynamic texture. No, I don't like this. No. Well, print it. Console.log forward and side. Yeah, it works out. Forward invert. So this goes 100 there, negative 100 there, negative 99 there, positive 98 there. Okay. That gives you a certain direction. And what happens if you put in place the side to side, and then up and down to be the forward. Imagine that moves quite quickly. Totally don't know my situation here. Okay, it was probably too powerful. Let's scale it back by 3,000. And if I just kill my session and restart the server, I think I should end up back in the origin. That looks really good, actually. But what happens if I've turned and I want to go forward? I still don't go forward. I don't go forward. I need to take into consideration I'm still going along the axes. So that's why I think we need this translate transform, which takes the desired, this thing, x and y, and the camera rotation into consideration. And then that becomes the translate transform. So we lift this to the top, uncomment this, translate transform. So now we have the just put the side and the forward. And then, oh, we do need camera. We do need camera. So this should then add in place the translate transform. If this works out, then I could be in any orientation going forward. Doesn't seem like it's working. Wait, left and right. Maybe it doesn't know my rotation. So if I set this, I'm facing diagonally. I want to go forward. Yes, it works. Left, right, it works. And how about if I'm facing this sort of little offset diagonal? I want to go forward, left. I'm facing the cube, the ball here. Go forward. And I go this way now. Go forward. And go forward. Let's pan side to side. Forward. It seems to work, but not initially. So when I do it this way, it isn't set. So something isn't set. Camera rotation doesn't have a Y. Console log camera rotation Y. So if we want to go forward, I want to head toward at least over here, toward the guns or something. And it didn't happen, and it's all 0. So if I come back, but if I just give it like a kind of like a little nudge there, now when I go forward, it works, and the camera rotation is actually this thing. So maybe I have to do camera absolute rotation, which is a quaternion, to Euler angles Y. Perhaps that'll get me something. Now I want to go forward, side, and now it works. It's very cool, and I don't need to log it out, and I can clean this up. And I don't need these temp variables. Alright, pretty cool. Not the most optimized, but pretty optimized joystick. Now I only want it to show up for mobile, so we'll make the joystick. And let's see. The joystick will have a something or other. Make joystick. Every time we render, if you make joystick twice, you get twice the number of movement. So I want to remove it after the root container is disposed. So when it's created, we'll deregister this thing, this fsgui root container on dispose observable add once, and we'll just do container pointer down dot so if this is a subscriber I subscribe put this in the subscription, I think. No. This becomes a subscription. Let subscription equal this, and the subscription will go away. So we have this, and then it's going to XR. That's removed. Alt-1 down. Come back here. Exit. It goes back up. It behaves. Isn't crazy. Utilizes all the memory. It should be fine. Yep. And we only draw the joystick. Import utils. How about import is mobile from utils. To joy stick, make joystick. If is mobile, then we make the joystick. It's not a mobile, we can use the keyboard. Let's deploy this.